Hey, it's Monty from Grow Computer. I wanted to start by giving you a little bit of my background in food. So I grew up with fresh food. My grandmother made everything from her farm or her garden. She, like many grandmothers, taught the importance of fresh, tasty foods and family. Later in life, when I moved to the city, I craved that fresh food. I started my journey as a grower, and I wanted to see if I could grow for my family in a 4x4 space in Brooklyn. I got better and better at bringing freshly grown food from my kitchen to the dinner table. I guess you could call this extremely hyper-local produce. Not long after I began growing, I was struck by how old technology was in this space. I mean, like 1980s old. I could say, Alexa, turn on my shower, but nothing for my plants. I thought all of this wonderful advancement in technology would be great for urban spaces. Things like basements and schools and restaurants, food banks and more could all benefit from the assistance of technology. Now, I'm a tech geek, so I put my years of experience with tech to the test and quickly found out just how hard this was. Hardware and software in this space is not really made for this purpose. And my goodness, when it is very, very expensive. Luckily, I ran into this cool looking place with purple lights, looked like a garage, and there was a team inside called Grow Computer. And this team and I had the same vision, and together we started working on this concept for smart farming for everybody. Now, that was 3 years ago, and today we feel like we've created something pretty cool. So I'm going to quickly walk you through what Grow Computer platform is and what it can do for your farm. So what exactly is Grow Computer? It's a Internet of Things operating system. It operates by letting you monitor, control, track, automate, or analyze your plant data from seed to harvest stages. Our ethos is to be grower first by focusing on the needs of growers and farmers around the world, to try to build bridges and roads between plant data, devices, farm operations, and farmers, and to provide accessibility to this data basically to anyone, anywhere. Our platform and data model brings instant benefits to any grower through operational efficiency, repeatability and consistency, grow recipes, multi-grow coordination, and in the future we want to leverage this data and provide artificial intelligence and computer vision. We connect many devices and many different manufacturers to the cloud and create easy, accessible interfaces in multiple form factors, be it a desktop or a mobile device. You can access that data. So how is this even possible? We do all of this by focusing our attention on protocols and understanding the best ways to optimize them. Protocols like TCP, Bluetooth, Zigbee, Z-Wave, many, many more. We track many points of data, and more are being added every day. We have categories like water, air, gases, light, soil, utilities, images and video, spaces and structures. Our goal is to make adding data to this platform and to your farm very easy and affordable and accessible. This is for farmers and growers at any level, whether you're a small restaurant or indoor farm or a greenhouse. We have solutions to get valuable data to you. Okay, so enough talk. Check this out. Okay, so we're going to quickly move through this application, but here's a very quick overview of our platform. We have grow batches at the top. These are active batch sessions that are being grown, or cycles of plants that are being grown. Here we have manufacturers, sensor push and net atmo. And we're tracking temperature, humidity, CO2 and pressure here on this sensor, and they're assigned to these batches and zones depending on where they are in the space. And we're going to specifically look at the germination tent tonight, and this is basically my germination tray growing new plants, and this is the temperature data that's being shown, along with temperature data being shown on the plant site itself. So I have a zone sensor, and then I have something within the actual tray itself. We track data over time. So here's the historical data, hour by hour, so you can see how well temperature and humidity did over the hours, and you can do the same with CO2. Moving down to grow batches, you can see timelines of grows, historical grows. when they started, when they ended, how many days in duration. And you can also access your grow batches from this space as well. We also have an energy section, which basically just tracks the energy usage. And this is on a relay by relay basis. So we're actually tracking kilowatt hours by the hour. So this is used this hour, this is used today, and it's still calculating how much you used this month. And it'll pop up there in a second. But you can also check by device and by category, which devices are costing you the most money, and potentially identify some problems if something is using too much energy at the wrong time. But the really cool thing that we have that we've been really stoked about is zones and plots and the assignment of sensors and plants to those areas. So in this scenario, I have what we call a flat plot or a horizontal plot because I have NFT racks and things like that are flat. They're not stacked like a vertical farm. So this is representative of that. But if I wanted to just say I'm going to add another row to this rack, I can go in here and switch it to a vertical rack. And it becomes a rack that is essentially a vertically inclined rack. So these rows flip out, and you can see what the actual matrix is for that row. So how many plants, how many rows and columns of plants do you have? So I can click into the tray here, and I can see that I have basil growing here, and I have lettuce growing here, and you can switch to that, and you can see all the identifiable plant data. And if you were to scan this as a user, you can see all of this data at any time throughout the tracking cycle of the plant, all the way through the end of the cycle, including the temperature and humidity data, and all of that comes along with the plant. So you can quickly identify things, but you also have the ability to pop in a new plant if you don't have one and say, hey, I want put a hot cayenne in this spot, and it's in veg, and I'm going to create that crop. It pops in, and it's just that quick. It creates your QR code. So this is what we're really, really excited about. We're going to add lots more features to this, and it's coming soon. And we're doing calculations across your system, keeping track of empty crop sites, keeping also track of the different plant types you have, how many of the same plant type you have. So many calculations and analysis going on. But if you have any questions about this very, very fast demo, which I'm sure you will, please reach out to myself or Dan at growcomputer.com. Thanks, guys.